friends, and welcome to this week's video. Let me preface this one by saying that I am so sorry for not posting last week. I started a project that I didn't manage to finish, not because I didn't have the time, but because I was in somewhat of a fight with my skills, and I lost. I don't know what happened, but the painting that I started and I wanted to share in last week's video did not turn out at all as I wanted it to turn out. It's halfway done right now and it's a mess. I hope that someday I will get back to it and try to finish it and correct wherever possible. But yeah, that stressed me out a lot, and I also didn't want to post anything that was less than perfect, so I decided to skip once more a week. But for this week I finally tackled the project that I know some of you have been waiting for a long time, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it too. So before getting into that, please don't forget to subscribe if you're still not subscribed, and give this video a thumbs up because it helps a lot. As you can already see, I continued my Inner Demons series. I'm so happy with how these 3 artworks turned out. I really enjoyed working with this canvas shape. I think it suits this style pretty well. These 3 inner demons relate to my relationship with people, to my friendships. Well, more exactly to the ones I've lost. So, I've been wanting to make this video for many months now. Loneliness and being unable to make and keep friends is a subject that is really pressing to me. And I've been thinking about what to say. I've been thinking about previous friendships and all the things that happened between me and those people. And if it's alright for me to say something. And if they would see this video, what would they think about me? Will they hate me even more? Will they laugh at me again? Will they consider that I'm wrong? That I'm lying, perhaps? That I'm exaggerating? What will it happen? I cannot know this. These are all variables that are not dependent on me. And as I promised myself in the beginning of the year that I want to be more honest to myself and put myself out there as I am and stop censoring myself, I will be doing just that now with this video. The thing is that I did meet good people in my life, and I am really thankful for those. Unfortunately, most of those friendships came to an end, and there are plenty of reasons for which that happened. But most of all is because both me and those people evolved. We changed, we become new people, and we were no longer aligned, no longer sharing the same path. And that's fine. But these are not the friends that I need to talk about, because these do not produce inner demons. The ones that produced my demons are the people who tortured me, and the people who pretended to be my friends when they were my worst enemies. People who tormented me for years, with me being not even able to realize that at the moment. It took me so long to put it all together and figure out that it was not my fault. So of course, without me naming anyone and without me sharing any really obvious details about anyone, I will be sharing with you some of the most awful and vile things people have said to me. And not just any people, but people who I thought were my friends. To clarify, I was always really weird, I know that. And I've always had my mental issues, and I've struggled with depression and all sorts of things. But finding out that 2 of my friend groups called me things behind my back is awful. One friend group called me the Thing, and the other called me Omen. So there's that. All the love and respect for who I am, I see. I've had plenty of these so-called friends who were telling me that my depression is not real, that I am overdramatic, that I'm over-exaggerating, that I have no reason to be sad, that my family is perfect, that I have not been beaten by my family, so I should not complain about anything, that I have a roof over my head and that I have meals on the table. I was practically told that I was lying and that I was imagining things and I should get over everything. I didn't really have friends who would listen to me. I was mostly there to listen to them. I was there to become their echo chamber. I was not even there to be able to share with them my opinion and to guide them in any way if I maybe knew how. I was feeling like a trash can where they would just vomit all their feelings into. I do remember I said that at some point to a group of friends, and they didn't really know how to react. They laughed it off and somewhat felt offended when I should have been the one offended all those years. As I said, the loneliness has been a big difficulty for me, a big thing to overcome. At some point I finally did, and then I got into the relationship that I am in today. And of course, in the beginning of my relationship, I started spending a lot of time with my new partner, which is absolutely normal and to be expected. But then I had at least one friend who complained of the fact that I was no longer spending enough time with them, that I was neglecting our friendship, and this is why they replaced me. And this is why they were no longer open with me when I had time to hang out with them. They no longer gave a real fuck about me, because I wasn't there to answer their calls all the time anymore, because I was fucking happy for once in my life. My so-called friends mistreated me in many ways, especially my male friends, which is why I find it very difficult to trust most men that they have any good intention. For many years I had a friend which I held really close to my heart. I was so naive thinking that they were my friend. I was so naive thinking that they would just want to spend time with me because they liked my personality, because they had fun with me, and that was all. No. As it turns out, at some point they decided to give me an ultimatum. I was either to be his girlfriend or out of his life. Well, I didn't have a romantic interest in that man, so out of his life I was. There was another man who really traumatized me. He was uncertain of his own sexuality and wanted to prove his point by having sex with me. I refused, and I wasn't even aware of that at that moment. But I'm so glad I refused, and when I found out the truth so many years later, I couldn't look at that person the same way. That was too much to accept. The intention of someone using me like that, that's something that I cannot forgive. But these two that I just mentioned now are two of the biggest and most disgusting things that people said or done to me. But there are many others which just add up. My friends never told me that I am beautiful. They never appreciated anything that I did. It was just, at best, it's okay, or you can do it a bit different to do it better. I've always been told that I would be great if I lost a few pounds. I would be beautiful if I managed to clear my acne. I would look so much better if I had straight hair. I should wear makeup to look more feminine. I should walk differently. My shoulders are too big, I should not work out at the gym, my shoulders and my back, because I don't look feminine. I am not hot, I am not sexy. That's all I've heard for so many years of my life. Everyone was just telling me everything that I am not, and everything that I could be. And everything that I was a mistake and a choice to be depressed. Everything I like was weird, was unconventional, was extravagant. And I bet that even if I ask these people why the fuck did they act like that with me back then, I know they would say that they were just trying to help. I never asked for help, not like that. The only form of help that I asked from a friend was for them to listen to me. I wanted support, and compassion. I just wanted a hug and for someone to just hang out with me, for someone to share my most inner thoughts with. But I never got that. At this point, it seems impossible for me to make new friends. Unfortunately, age is a big factor in making friends, and I'm no longer at the age where you make new friends. Everyone has their friends from childhood, from high school, university, or whatever. And I also moved to a new country, so everyone already has their friends from forever. The group of people that I am trying to integrate with seems to not want to look in my way. And to be honest, I have no idea what I'm doing wrong. Because honestly, by now, seeing how everyone else can manage to make friends, there is something that I'm doing wrong. I just wish I could find out what it is. Not a fun video to do this week, but this is what these paintings are all about. About giving all of myself away to please other people, just so they stay in my life, just so I get a chance to have someone listen to me, just so I get a chance to be invited to a party, just so I get a chance to have someone hug me, or answer my calls, or call me, or ask me how I'm doing, or send me a letter, postcard. These paintings are about how I've broken myself to so many pieces, and I haven't been yet able to put myself back together. And for once, if you watched this video and got this far, I honestly hope that you don't relate. I truly hope that you haven't experienced anything that I've experienced. I hope that you're one of the people that I'm jealous of, and that you have friends since your childhood, and that you've always been understood and loved. Now, if you want to take a better look at these paintings, I will be posting them firstly on my Patreon, so make sure you head over there. They will be available from the lowest tier, which is starting at $1. And I would really appreciate your support. I do hope you enjoyed watching me painting these and complain about my life as I usually do. And sorry if it got a bit depressing this week. So before I leave you, once again, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, hit like, and leave a comment if you feel like it. And until next week, stay spooky.